Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday to all you lovely actors out there. Hope you're fantastic. Hello to the north, the east, the west, the south, everywhere in between. If you're listening to us present time, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you listening in. If you're listening to us in the future, we still appreciate you greatly for listening in. I'm your host, Sean Robert Grant, and I am happy to bring you today's episode with a topic or a subject that I have created that I feel like is absolutely, truly fantastic and it's going to help you as an actor. It's going to help you in every other area of your life, and it's called Masterful Optimism. Okay, and so I can remember when I first started acting that I was always on the fence a lot of the times, right? I wanted to place myself into a position to where I could be as positive as I could be, but I didn't have the confidence to take that positivity to a next level, the next level being optimism, okay? And so the reason why optimism is so absolutely fantastically amazing in every sense of the word is because it just doesn't see the good or even the greatest stuff. It sees the absolute amazing, most amazing, freaking top level, optimal best of everything. And who doesn't want to live life like that, right? And so it's so interesting how this topic came up because I was out back at my lake and doing my daily spiritual retreat that I do every day, or I don't know if you call it a retreat, more like a prayer and meditation session. Anyway, it's what lifts my vibration to the extremely highest point possible. And I came up, and Spirit was kind enough to reveal the wisdom to me, create a concept called masterful optimism, right? And become masterfully optimistic. Because I already, believed and I already knew that I'm pretty like high on the scale. If 0 to 100 being most positive was a thing, I'd likely be at 100. But what Spirit was telling me was take it to 300, and be masterfully optimistic. And so I did that, and I'm like, okay, well, where should I apply this? It says in every single area of your life. And immediately my finances came up, my health, and then acting came up. And I'm just like, you know what? This is a true gold mine because life gives us the exact feelings and thoughts and beliefs that we give to ourselves. Now, I know what most people might say is, well, what if I don't believe it? What if I don't feel like this is something that is in my sphere of doing because it's just so hard to believe right now? Well, here's the most amazing thing about masterful optimism. You start to do this, and all of a sudden, because the words are infused with such enthusiasm, you can feel it. You can feel it come over you. And it's interesting because then you begin to smile. You begin to like feel into this stuff, and you begin to feel at first it's like, wow, this is really amazing. Like I want to do more of this stuff. And I'm telling you, I've done it the last couple of days with acting. I've done it the last couple of days with every area of my life, and I feel so good. I feel so good. So to give you an example, let's take your acting career. And let's say, you've done some really great things, but when somebody asks you, so Jerry or Joan, how do you feel like your acting career is going? Well, most of us will say, it's going okay. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good. I think, things are coming along. But let's take it to a masterful level. And I will give you an example of my own, right? So when people used to ask me, about, where my career was and what I was doing and all that great stuff, I would always give the humble answer, right? I would always give the humble answer and be like, oh, everything's going well, just taking it one day at a time, and everything is happening according to plan, and that's great. And then I thought, okay, now that I'm a masterful optimist, what should I say? Well, you know what? I've been doing so fantastic for 13 years. I've had the opportunity to work with over 50 different celebrities. I've done over 100 films and commercials all together. That's not included the online media. I'm always impacting actors through the concept that I've created called the vibrational actor. I just finished writing a book called Become a Powerhouse in Auditioning that I posted online, one chapter that's helping actors around the world. I also wrote another book called The Vibrational Actor, and it's amazing. It's free on my Instagram, so that's helping actors as well. I just booked a gig where I was the lead role before the coronavirus hit. I was the lead role in the actual movie called Tennessee Whiskey. I'm working on becoming a greater actor every day and focusing and visualizing on being the very best that I can be. I'm always on the lookout for amazing jobs because I know that I'm an amazing artist and an amazing actor, and like everybody wants to work with me. And I truly believe that because I have what it takes. I'm a success. I've been a success. I can continue to be a success. And I have my amazing podcast, The Actors Area, where I can take everything that I've learned as far as being a success and give it to other actors and actresses to be a success. Right? So that's a bit of a mouthful, but at the same time, if you notice, I started laughing afterwards because how can you not feel good after doing something like that? Right? How can you not feel good? And this type of exercise needs to be done as much as you possibly can do it. Okay? It has to be done as much as you possibly can do it. And here's why. When you start doing this enough, the most interesting thing that happened, I mean, I believe all that stuff anyway, but the most interesting thing happened. All of a sudden, my demeanor changes. I become more like happier, more enthusiastic. I become more joyful about everything. And my subconscious mind takes that and looks for ways to implement it into my life. And that's the beauty of it. No matter where you are right now, right? You can take any situation and be masterfully optimistic, right? I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, well, I've been fortunate enough to do a lot. What if Jerry or Joan, I just love those names, they've only done one student film and they've been auditioning for 4 or 5 years. Well, guess what? You know what? I love the fact that I'm a hardworking actor or actress. I put in 100% as much as I can. I feel really good about what I've done. My student film is amazing. I have the film. I feel like I'm hitting all my marks and all my points. I created a better environment for myself and for the other actors on set. I was a great person, a great individual to work with, and anybody would love to have that. So I'm excited to bring that to another production when I get the opportunity. And it's just a great place for me to be in as an actor and an actress because I just know that things are getting to roll again. Things are developing. Things are coming alive for me. And I'm happy about that. And see, you just have to get creative. And that's what you are as an actor and actress. You're creative, right? You're creative. And so why not be creative to the point where it helps you succeed? So this concept is so amazing. This concept is so amazing that my eyes are tearing up. And so before you think that I'm over here crying because my product is so good, it's just for me, and it might be for you, when there is energy shifting within the subconscious mind, the body has to express that. Right? The body has to express that. And how does the body express it? It expresses it in a multitude of ways. Not to be disgusting, you can fart, go number 2, scratch, cough, like my forehead scratching right now. You can, hear your bones crack, like tremors. There's so many different things The subconscious mind responds to you by the body. And I'm telling you, I'm experiencing all that right now just by doing that example. So imagine if you're doing this for your own career, right? Imagine if you're doing this for your own career and you're allowing yourself to basically elevate to a whole new level. Because here's the thing. Here's what I want to be completely honest with you. Society has created soldiers of mediocrity, right? And they do that. They do that. They do that. Who that? No. They do that by feeding us information, thought forms, and patterns and energy that allows us to see basically that we suck, that we're okay, but we can never be the best of the best. That's where you got to override the system and come up with something that really puts you into a place of complete and utter amazingness that you are, because I know that it's in you. It's in all of us, right? Every single person listening on this podcast now or later on, it's in you to be amazing. You just got to pull it out of yourself, right? So begin to practice this. And I'm telling you, there's no limit to what you can do. Look, most actors struggle financially, not most, some, because that's unfair to say most, but, some actors find it, some even creative artists find it hard financially. So you know what you do? Just start being masterfully optimistic about your finances, even during the coronavirus. Be masterfully optimistic. Put it out there, because life can only give you what you give to it, right? So if you're giving it masterful optimism, you're going to have all this stuff to be masterfully optimistic about as it returns to your life. And I'm telling you, it is the most amazing concept. Not, once again, because I created it, but that's part of it. But, but no, because it will help you to rise, if nothing else, rise to a different perspective, to see things that will help you to make the perfect decisions for you as it comes to your career. Like everything we just talked about, make it personal, right? Make it personal. Over the course of my life and all the things that I've done, there have been things that I've been so proud of that most people can't see, but they mean so much to me. And I'm just like, you know what? I brush it off because it's not important to anybody else. But then I started saying, you know what, man, fuck that. I got to really zero in on what is important to me and really amplify that. And Masterful Optimism does that. It does that so much. The best time you can do this is when things seem like they are spiraling out of control. And I can tell you, in America and everywhere else, people are losing it, right? They're losing it, and they're getting afraid, and they're getting upset, and they're getting down. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can even be masterfully optimistic about the coronavirus. Basically, all the stuff you're getting ready to do, you basically just focus on everything that's going right throughout this time, every blessing that you've received because of this actual event happening. And I'm telling you, the more your thoughts and your feelings are optimistic, the more you'll see that reflect in your own life. And as an actor, it's something that you cannot go without, right? It's something that you cannot go without, because here's the thing. We always have one or two choices. Actually, we have one of three choices. We can look at life from a negative perspective. We can look at life from a positive perspective. Actually, we got four choices. We can look at life as kind of being in the middle, or we can look at life as masterfully optimistic. And I promise you, if you do this just for 7 days, you want to do it for the rest of your life, but if you do this just for 7 days, you will see a difference, because you will feel better about everything. And just doing those two takes that I did earlier, my entire body changes, my entire demeanor, my entire state of being changes, because words have some of the greatest power in the universe. They carry energy. So that energy is being carried out, and all of a sudden my body's responding to that. My subconscious mind is responding to what I'm saying. So you've got to put yourself into a place where your subconscious mind can respond to the amazing things about yourself, the amazing things about yourself as an actor. And I promise you, it will elevate you to a higher level, and stuff will start to happen. And you'll be like, man, I just don't really understand how this could unfold the way that it is. And it does, and so it's just really amazing. And I'm so very happy about it. And I'm happy because I'm a happy person and I love being happy, and everything around me is promoting happiness. And I just love being, submerged into happiness in every single area of my life. See, simple as that. You just roll with it and overdo it. This is one of those times in life where you just overdo it, right? Before every audition you go into, do this. Before every role you do this, right? Even the ones you don't book, right? You go into an audition. Before the audition, do it. After the audition, do it. Spit masterful optimism. Spit on the situation and allow it to allow you to come alive and to put yourself on an optimistic wavelength. And by doing that, all you're going to do is inevitably set yourself up for success, because here's the thing. Life can't give you failure if you're giving success to it, right? Unless you have like a major emotional blockage, which is never the case even then. But it can't give you something you're not giving it. If you're giving it indifferent feelings or beliefs about your career, guess what? That's what you're going to get from everybody else. If you're giving it passion, if you're giving it desire, if you're giving it optimism, if you're giving it like best case scenario, that's what you're going to get. So that's why you got to take this and you got to implement it into every single area of your life. Because if you do, even if you got to lock yourself in a room, don't look. I'm not saying you got to go in front of a crowd and start saying it, but you know what? When you feel comfortable enough to do that, do that. If not, get by yourself, do it in your car, do it downstairs, masterfully optimistic about everything. And I promise you, your life will transform. Your life will change. Your life will elevate itself to an enormously higher level than you've ever could imagine. It's all because you decided to tap into this new concept. I'm telling you, trust me on this. It's going to change lives. Masterful optimism, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. Always happy to have you here with me. And yeah, we will talk soon. If I don't speak with you on the weekend, have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.